What do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theory.
What's up everyone, it's your host Kate here at Marvelous Videos. Today we take a look at every superhero cameo in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This Valentine's Day, Marvel Studios released the latest trailer for the highly anticipated Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and things seem to have really gotten out of hand.
Things just got out of hand.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the MCU, has been toying with the concept of alternate realities, or a multiverse, for quite some time now, and Doctor Strange has often been at the forefront of it.
He believed it was dangerous.
He was right.
With the release of Spider-Man No Way Home, the MCU finally dipped more than their toes into this by bringing the Spider-Men and their villains from the alternate realities into the MCU mainstream reality. However, the fabric of space had disintegrated enough to pose a multiversal threat, which is where the Multiverse of Madness begins.
We should tell him the truth.
With both Marvel Studios and 20th Century Fox under Disney, and the appearance of Evan Peters' Quicksilver in WandaVision, the integration of the X-Men in the Avengers universe seems to be inevitable, and Doctor Strange is probably the one who's going to kickstart it all.
Slow down a little bit. There's a few people in the room that don't understand. Not me, I get it.
We already know that several new characters are going to seep in, and as a result, there have been some rumours as well as several confirmed cameos for the movie. Apart from newer characters from other realities being introduced, we will hopefully get to see many characters from the mainstream reality reappearing. In fact, it's already been introduced in the Disney Plus shows Loki and What If. The introduction of Kang the Conqueror, Loki variants, and Captain Carter should already begin the chain reaction of events. Loki has also introduced secret societies to the MCU, a concept that has enjoyed immense popularity in the Marvel comics. The Time Variance Authority controlled the multiverse, which itself was under the control of He Who Remains. And when you think about a secret society that controls everything, the Illuminati is what comes to mind. The Illuminati's existence in Marvel Comics and its members, such as Professor X, Mordo, and Captain Carter, are highly likely to appear in the movie, and fans have waited the arrival of Professor X for quite some time now. Before diving into the content, we would like to make a very small request to our viewers. Please subscribe to Marvelous Videos, like and comment on our videos, and press the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload a new video. We will be grateful to you, and we hope to bring you the best nerdy content. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Here is a list of characters who are likely to make a cameo in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Number 1. Tom Cruise as Superior Iron Man. Unlike Tony Stark's Iron Man, Superior Iron Man is an antagonist in the comics. He is a darker version of the genius billionaire playboy philanthropist who we love and made his debut after the events of Axis. Tony Stark is already dubbed to be a morally dubious guy, but with his worst qualities magnified into a single man, Superior Iron Man becomes a malignant narcissist. In the trailer, a bearded guy who looks kinda similar to Tony Stark appears for a split second. We already know that we will get to see a more evil Doctor Strange, so it's not far-fetched to assume that Superior Iron Man might also make a cameo. In fact, several sources have been pondering over Tom Cruise filling those shoes. Number 2. Defender Strange. The new trailer begins with Doctor Strange suffering from prophetic nightmares that predict a sinister reality that he has to face. To be fair, the spell he cast towards the end of No Way Home helped erase Tom Holland's Peter Parker and Spider-Man from everyone's minds as he tried to fix the disintegrating fabric of space. But this only saves the universe from Spider-Man's enemies. The first teaser trailer teased the arrival of Defender Strange, followed by his appearance as an upcoming Marvel Legends figure. There is a possibility that he will be a powerful ally of Doctor Strange. Towards the end of the trailer, there is someone who resembles Strange. He's seen levitating with black arms erupting from his body, which is something we have witnessed Strange do in Infinity War. He didn't have the black arms though. Nevertheless, with the levitation and colour resemblances, it is a parallel that one cannot miss. Number 3. John Krasinski as Reed Richards. Scientist Dr. Reed Richards, also known as Mr. Fantastic, is considered to be the smartest man on Earth due to his mastery over several mathematical and scientific fields. Exposure to excessive levels of cosmic radiation mutated him, giving him the ability to mold and stretch his body willingly. His friends had also undergone mutations, and together they became the Fantastic Four. The series was produced by 20th Century Fox, which has now been acquired by Disney, making it possible for the Fantastic Four characters to appear in the MCU. Talk of the town is that John Krasinski will appear as Reed Richards or Mr. Fantastic in the Doctor Strange sequel. He's been a long-time fan favourite for this role anyway. Krasinski had attempted to land the role of Captain America, which obviously went to Chris Evans, which already tells us that he's willing to be in superhero movies, so unlike Reed Richards. This assumption is not a stretch, and also Mr. Fantastic is part of the Illuminati. Number 4, Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. This one needs no introduction. He's already appeared in Spider-Man No Way Home and is one of the first characters that have appeared from another universe. Tobey Maguire has apparently spoken a lot about the Doctor Strange movie and about joining the lineup for it. We already know that he's a part of the MCU now, so he doesn't have to avoid the Spider-Man questions anymore. With everyone being oblivious to Tom Holland's Peter Parker even existing, the mainstream universe needs a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Except this time, it's not a neighborhood anymore.
Physics. I'm Charles Xavier. Would you like some breakfast?
Number 5, Sir Patrick Stewart as Professor X. The arrival of Professor X in the MCU is one of the most highly anticipated arrivals. Charles Xavier is a mutant with telepathic powers and renowned for being the founder of the X-Men. Also known as Professor X, he strives to help humans and mutants coexist peacefully. It has been hinted that Doctor Strange will encounter the Illuminati, considering how there is a multiversal threat now. As a secret society that protects the world from the shadows, their involvement seems likely, and with that, Professor X might come into play. He's a member of the Illuminati, and the introduction of this secret society would be incomplete without him. Even though he died in Logan, a catch might be added to it, and Professor X might just be alive. Evan Peters is part of the MCU now, and with the arrival of Professor X, we may also get to see some of the other X-Men in the MCU, even if it's not for the Multiverse of Madness in particular.
We should tell him the truth.
In the trailer, there's a voiceover of a person saying we should tell him the truth during the scene where Doctor Strange is brought to a panel. The shot then pans to a bald head, which is a characteristic feature of Patrick Stewart's Professor X.
Goodbye, brother.
Number 6, Anson Mount as Black Bolt. Blackagar Boltagon, or Black Bolt, leads the Inhuman royal family. He's the king of the Inhumans of Attilan, but a rebellion led by his brother caused him to escape to Earth. He later led the Inhumans to Earth for a new life. His appearance in Doctor Strange 2 has been confirmed by certain sources, but as of now there just isn't enough proof. But him being in the Illuminati signifies that there's a high chance of his appearance. In the television series Marvel's Inhumans, Anson Mount portrayed the character, but the show failed at making noise. So Multiverse of Madness and the Illuminati may give him a chance to find some popularity in the MCU.
Excuse me, I'm Eric Lenstra.
Charles Xavier.
Go fuck yourself.
Number 7, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Wolverine is one of the most popular X-Men in history. He's a powerful mutant who has forgotten most of his life. He went by the name Logan without knowledge of his real name being James Howlett. After becoming the Wolverine, he became a part of the X-Men and taught at Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters.
What do they call you? Wheels?
By X-Men Days of Future Past though, he's presumably gained back his memory. It's believed that director Sam Raimi himself wanted to involve Sir Patrick Stewart's Professor X and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine together, but the problem lies in the execution. Wolverine's obvious death in Logan makes it hard for Raimi to find a way around it, but he might appear as a different version of himself from a different universe, similar to Tom Cruise's Iron Man.
Give me the 10 pound.
All right.
Number 8, Sophia Di Martino as Sylvie. The Disney Plus television series Loki introduced Sylvie Lorfaedatir. She's a variant of Loki Lorfaeson. Sylvie escaped the Time Variance Authority when she was a child after causing a Nexus event. She then hid in the timelines and met with another Loki variant, i.e. Tom Hiddleston, and they became allies. Together they confronted the creator of the Time Variance Authority, He Who Remains, and she killed him for revenge. This caused the multiverse to split apart. Sylvie is no less chaotic than Loki, as she's a goddess of mischief herself. It's rumoured that she might make a cameo in Doctor Strange 2, especially due to her act revolving around the multiverse. Number 9, Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto. Eric Lensher, or Magneto, is a mutant who can manipulate magnetic fields. He can control metallic objects with those fields, and he was one of the founders of the X-Men, but later left to form the Brotherhood of Mutants, a group that rivaled the X-Men. Unlike Charles Xavier, who believed that humans and mutants should coexist, Magneto believed that mutants should fight back as they had been oppressed by the humans. However, he would team up with the X-Men depending on the situation. With talks of Professor X and Wolverine appearing, especially Professor X, how can we leave out Sir Ian McKellen's Magneto? Several Twitter reports have hinted at it, and Reddit fan theories have gone berserk trying to bring him into the MCU. In fact, in the Marvel Comics, Magneto is Scarlet Witch's father, and Wanda Maximoff is a guaranteed appearance in this movie.
I am Loki of Asgard, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
Number 10, Tom Hiddleston as Loki. If Sylvie can appear, then of course Loki is gonna come. In fact, he has higher chances of appearing over here, mainly because he's a notorious fan favourite. He discovered multiple parallel universes in the Disney Plus series Loki, and interacted with a variant from a separate timeline, Sylvie. In fact, this is the only series where the concept of the multiverse has actually been explored in higher detail compared to the others. With the death of Kang, the timelines have now branched. Mobius forgets Hiddleston's Loki, which could refer to time being reset or erased. With Phase 4 being all about the multiverse and Marvel's affinity for maintaining stellar continuity, it only makes sense for Loki to show up, especially because he does have experience with the concept of the multiverse, more so than characters like Wanda. Number 11, Sophie Turner as Jean Grey. Jean Grey is a mutant renowned for her telepathic and telekinetic powers. The cosmic energies of the Phoenix Force have only made her stronger. She attended Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters and is under the tutelage of Charles Xavier. According to sources, Wanda Maximoff will supposedly go against a member of the Fox alumni. The character isn't mentioned, but due to the nature of their powers, it would be no coincidence for everyone to think that the character being referred to is Jean Grey. Pictures of Sophie Turner have been making the rounds on Twitter, as she has been seen sporting red hair like Jean Grey since the reshoots. Number 12, Teyonah Parris as Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel obtained supernatural cosmic power after she was exposed to the Tesseract, via the Lightspeed engine's destruction. After young Rog transfused his blood to her, she turned into a human-Kree hybrid. Several years later, following the incident of Thanos' snap or the blip, Captain Marvel teamed up with the Avengers to defeat Thanos and reverse the damage. During this time, she met with Bruce Banner, and together they met with Shang-Chi, Wong, and Katie Chen and Kamar Taj, which brings us to her association with the Sorcerers. However, most of the rumours state that the Captain Marvel we will see is not Brie Larson, but Teyonah Parris' Monica Rambeau. The movie is likely to introduce a variant version from an alternate universe, instead of the mainstream universe Captain Marvel.
Who are you?
The name's Captain Carter.
Number 13, Hayley Atwell as Captain Carter. Peggy Carter was introduced into the MCU during its first phase, in the first Captain America movie. After that, her screen time reduced dramatically since most of the movies were set in the present, where she was old at first but then passed away in Captain America: Civil War. In the Disney Plus series What If, which creates an alternate universe where certain key events have changed and shows the events that follow, Steve Rogers was wounded by a Hydra spy during the project that should have turned him into a super soldier. Carter volunteered herself to be a replacement for Rogers and became a super soldier herself. As Captain Carter, she went against Hydra and retrieved the Tesseract. However, during a final battle with Hydra's monstrous champion, she ends up going through a wormhole and emerges out of it 70 years later. She later joins S.H.I.E.L.D. Hayley Atwell could return to the screen, but this time as Captain Carter in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. With What If affiliating her with the multiverse and people are waiting to see her in action again, it only makes sense for her to make a cameo here. Also, fans did not miss the small detail of a shield from the new poster. Number 14, Zoe Saldana as Gamora. Gamora worked as a former assassin and was in the Guardians of the Galaxy. She was adopted by Thanos and served him for a long time until betraying him later. She came across the Avengers in the 2023 time heist, when the heroes tried to reverse a blip. During this time, Gamora from 2014 learned the events of the future, which diverged the timeline from the one that existed. The Ancient One has already spoken about how when an event changes, a new timeline is created. So of course, Gamora's actions here took place in a new timeline. Naturally, it makes it possible for the Guardians of the Galaxy members to be a part of Doctor Strange 2. And with Gamora being the most highly anticipated one, the creators might choose her. Number 15, Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider. Robbie Reyes was a car mechanic who was murdered by the 5th Street Locos gang members. He was resurrected by Johnny Blaze and imbibed with a new power, the power to turn into the demon that is Ghost Rider. He massacred the members later for vengeance, which brought him under Quake's radar. Through him, Reyes was brought to S.H.I.E.L.D. The Ghost Rider movie introduced the iconic actor Nicolas Cage into the world of Marvel movies, and with the arrival of Doctor Strange 2, there have been talks about him returning to the franchise. To be honest, there's not enough proof for this one, but fans are eager to see the blazing biker with his demonic powers on screen again.
Hey, it's me! Don't scratch!
Number 16, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Wade Wilson was a good-looking guy until he became a superhuman with accelerated healing and effective immortality, thanks to the Mutant Workshop program. The success of the Deadpool movies have made him a very popular character, and he is one of the funniest guys in Marvel. Several sources have stated that Deadpool might make his MCU debut with the Multiverse of Madness. Adding a character who breaks the fourth wall will be a tremendously exciting addition to the MCU. It would be even better to see a stoic and serious Doctor Strange chiding Deadpool for doing so, but nothing would beat Tom Holland's Peter Parker going gaga over Deadpool breaking the fourth wall. But unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen. And that's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let us know your MCU theories in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
It really isn't.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Told you.
Get out of my head!
I'm not in your head.